Lieutenant Pat O'Brien was one of the first Americans to fight in World War I, and the first American-born pilot to escape as a prisoner of war during that conflict. As a young man, both fascinated with flight and determined that America was not entering the war soon enough, O'Brien traveled to Canada in 1916 to enlist as a pilot in the Royal Flying Corps. O'Brien was shot down over German lines in 1917 and spent a month in a prisoner of war camp before making a daring escape, after which he spent 2 months evading capture behind enemy lines before tunneling under an electric fence to rejoin his own forces. O'Brien subsequently enjoyed a great deal of fame throughout Britain and America for his exploits. He wrote a popular book, Outwitting the Hun, My Escape from a German Prison, 1918, about his experiences, was honored by King George V, toured America as a highly requested speaker, and appeared in a starring role in a silent film. O'Brien took his own life in 1920. The following excerpts were selected from Pat O'Brien's autobiography, Outwitting the Hun, My Escape from a German Prison Camp.
Lieutenant Pat O'Brien. I shall not easily forget the 17th of August, 1917. I killed 2 Huns in a double-seated machine in the morning, another in the evening, and then I was captured myself. I may have spent more eventful days in my life, but I can't recall any just now. That night, my flight. Each squadron is divided into 3 flights consisting of 6 men each. Got ready to go out again. As I started to put on my tunic, I noticed that I was not marked up for duty as usual. I asked the commanding officer, a major, what the reason for that was, and he replied that he thought I had done enough for 1 day. However, I knew that if I did not go, someone else from another flight would have to take my place, and I insisted upon going up with my patrol as usual, and the major reluctantly consented. Had he known what was in store for me, I am sure he wouldn't have changed his mind so readily. As it was, we had only 5 machines for this patrol anyway, because as we crossed the lines, one of them had to drop out on account of motor trouble. Our patrol was up at 8 p.m., and up to within 10 minutes of that hour it had been entirely uneventful. At 7:50 p.m., however, while we were flying at a height of 16,000 feet, we observed 3 other English machines, which were about 3,000 feet below us, pick a fight with 9 Hun machines. I knew right then that we were in for it, because I could see over toward the ocean a whole flock of Hun machines, which evidently had escaped the attention of our scrappy comrades below us. So we dove down on those 9 Huns. At first, the fight was fairly even. There were 8 of us to 9 of them. But soon the other machines which I had seen in the distance, and which were flying even higher than we were, arrived on the scene, and when they, in turn, dove down on us, there were just 20 of them to our 8. 4 of them singled me out. I was diving, and they dove right down after me, shooting as they came. Their tracer bullets were coming closer to me every moment. These tracer bullets are balls of fire which enable the shooter to follow the course his bullets are taking and to correct his aim accordingly. They do no more harm to a pilot if he is hit than an ordinary bullet, but if they hit the petrol tank, good night. When a machine catches fire in flight, there is no way of putting it out. It takes less than a minute for the fabric to burn off the wings, and then the machine drops like an arrow, leaving a trail of smoke like a comet. As their tracer bullets came closer and closer to me, I realized that my chances of escape were nil. Their very next shot, I felt, must hit me. Once, some days before, when I was flying over the line, I had watched a fight above me. A German machine was set on fire and dove down through our formation in flame on its way to the ground. The Hun was diving at such a sharp angle that both his wings came off, and as he passed within a few hundred feet of me, I saw the look of horror upon his face. Now, when I expected any moment to suffer a similar fate, I could not help thinking of that poor Hun's last look of agony. I realized that my only chance lay in making an Immermann turn. This maneuver was invented by a German, one of the greatest who ever flew, and who was killed in action some time ago. This turn, which I made successfully, brought one of their machines right in front of me, and as he sailed along barely 10 yards away, I had the drop on him, and he knew it. His white face and startled eyes I can still see. He knew beyond question that his last moment had come because his position prevented his taking aim at me while my gun pointed straight at him. My first tracer bullet passed within a yard of his head. The second looked as if it hit his shoulder. The third struck him in the neck, and then I let him have the whole works and he went down in a spinning nosedive. All this time, the 3 other Hun machines were shooting away at me. I could hear the bullets striking my machine one after another. I hadn't the slightest idea that I could ever beat off those 3 Huns. But there was nothing for me to do but fight, and my hands were full. In fighting, your machine is dropping all the time. I glanced at my instruments, and my altitude was between 8,000 and 9,000 feet. While I was still looking at the instruments, the whole blamed works disappeared. A burst of bullets went into the instrument board and blew it to smithereens. Another bullet went through my upper lip, came out of the roof of my mouth and lodged in my throat. And the next thing I knew was when I came to in a German hospital the following morning at 5 o'clock, German time. I was a prisoner of war.